Hey, everybody, welcome to a random edition of I'll Hang Up and Listen. Felt very compelled to come to you here tonight after watching that Panthers Tampa Bay game, which is honestly possibly the best hockey game I've literally watched all season. Without a doubt, that was unbelievable. That was an absolute electric factory of hockey, something we're not used to seeing in Buffalo. Both teams just skating hard against one each other, playing physical. Like, how many scrums were there tonight? Like, when's the last time we saw like that many scrums in a hockey game? Every single whistle in front of a goalie, people were getting in each other's faces, grabbing a partner, pushing, shoving. You love to see that type of hockey play. That is playoff hockey. I absolutely loved every second of that. That was unbelievable. Obviously you saw Braden Point do his thing tonight, picking up where he left off last year in the playoffs, led the NHL and playoff scoring last year. 2 goals tonight, the biggest goals of the game in the third period. Tampa Bay is just a very skilled team. They're very fortunate to be in the situation they're in right now. $10 million over the salary cap when they got back both Kucherov and Steven Stamkos. Kind of people are calling them cheaters, this, that. But, I guess, if you can find a way to play around with the rules with the CBA and the salary cap come playoff time, what team isn't going to do that? So, and you want to see the best players in the world play, like without a doubt. I'm sorry if you're a fan of hockey, unless they're playing against your team, you want to see the best players in the world playing come playoffs, and that's what you're getting this year. I mean, you're getting that plus more this year. You're getting Austin Matthews, you're getting Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl, you're getting Steven Stamkos and Kucherov. You are literally getting the best of the best in both at every position this year in the playoffs. Victor Hedman, Bobrovsky. I'm sorry, it may have been 5-4, but both Bobrovsky and Vasilevsky looked absolutely amazing tonight with some of the saves. I mean, all the goals. There's so much great goaltending today. Marc-Andre Fleury, Cam Talbot with a huge game for Minnesota, 1-0 in overtime. So much good overtime hockey today. Just unbelievable. I can't stress it enough how fun it was. A fun, second day of playoff hockey. We got the Bruins and the Capitals. Capitals take down the Bruins yesterday yesterday too. That was a ton of fun to watch. Always great to see the Bruins lose. I disagree. We got Stalati B here saying we'll never sniff the playoffs again. I disagree. Call me an over optimistic Sabres fan, but you have to remember the reason Florida is as good as they are right now. Obviously, they've built through the draft, but on top of everything else, they made the right moves in free agency. Right now, they're Hornquist, Verhaeghe, and Duclair. If you put all three of their salaries together for this season, what all three of those players got paid together this season, $8 million. Those are 3 key contributors to that lineup every single game. And honest to God, like you could see a very similar landscape in free agency this next offseason. You can. It's going to be very, very similar, and there are going to be deals that can be made in free agency. You're going to have players taking on short-term deals at low cost because there aren't going to be a lot of long-term deals out there to be made. Again, Verhaeghe signed a 2-year deal for $2 million total. He's one of their best players this season. He's making $1 million this year. Duclair, 1.7. Again, one of their better players this year. Hornquist, I think he's making 5.3, which, maybe some would say that might be a little bit of overpayment, but you know what? He's worth it. The guy's got a couple rings. He's been to the show. He's won the cup. Like, sometimes you pay for that type of an experience, and together, those 3 guys, those 3 key signings they made, that's $8 million against their cap. That's it. So you can make those moves in free agency. If you're a Sabres fan, if Kevin Adams is smart enough, he's watching that game tonight. He's watching that series tonight and seeing, wow, Florida did it right. Florida, that's the team I need to blueprint. Again, Sam Bennett, yes, is helping it too. Great deadline acquisition. Sam Bennett, guy, always said he needed a change of scenery. Comes to Florida and is absolutely ripping it up. Those deals are out there to be made. Those deals are out there, will be out there. And people, you're going to say, well, nobody's going to want to come to Buffalo. Yeah, that might be true. But I tweeted it out earlier today watching this game. He's a UFA next season. Blake Coleman. Blake Coleman looked like an absolute wagon out there tonight. Blocking shots, throwing hits, scored a huge shorthanded goal. The guy had himself a sneaky, really good season this year. And honest to God, I'm hard pressed to I would honestly offer that guy a contract if you can. Why wouldn't you? He's a UFA. We mentioned earlier that he's going to be looking for a raise in pay. He only made $1.8 million this past season. For the season he had, Tampa Bay got a lot of bang for their buck. In 55 games played, he had 14 goals, 17 assists, 31 points, and 15 plus minus. Yeah, okay, maybe it's because he plays for Tampa Bay, but how many minutes does he log in a night? He's making the most of those minutes. I mean, he'd probably get more of an opportunity here in Buffalo. And players like him would see that opportunity and be like, yeah, man, I want an opportunity to play more. And if I think Buffalo gives me an opportunity to play more and is willing to pay me more, maybe I should go there. Maybe I can, it's not so far-fetched. A guy like Blake Coleman is a player that this team absolutely needs. But let's not talk about the Sabres, okay? I get on tangents. We talk about the Buffalo Sabres. I could go on and on. And that's a sore subject, especially with this past week. So let's get right to the nitty-gritty of what this game was. Again, absolute wagon. Victor Hedman, sneaky three-point night. Nikita Kucherov making his comeback and his presence known right away. First game back this season. 2 goals and assists, 3 points. Ryan McDonough, 2 points. Braden Point, 2 huge goals in the third. This team is just built to win night in and night out. They're so strong. And again, it helps when you're $10 million over the cap, when you get your 2 leading scorers, your 2 biggest leaders in the team back, right in time for playoffs. And they made the They were able to mitigate the cap to their advantage here, and they're not going to get any penalization. 35 saves on 39 shots for Andrei Vasilevsky. Again, just a phenomenal showing for Tampa. But the Panthers have no reason to hang their heads. There was a ton of hype built up around this game in a series involving the Florida Panthers. The Florida Panthers, a team that when they're not good, it's like do they even sell tickets? Are people at the game? It's pathetic. But, that arena was loud tonight. They were having a blast. So, a lot of Florida Panthers jerseys, rubber rats being thrown on the ice, shades of 1996. That was really cool to see. Jonathan Huberdeau, 3-point night. Barkov, 2 points. Sam Bennett, 2 points. We just talked about him. Keith Yandel, leader of the team, 2 points. Verhaeghe, a goal tonight, and Bobrovsky, 35 saves and 40 shots. He had a good game. He did. He made some key saves down the stretch, but that team's just so good. It's so good. There was a lot of speculation about who deserved to be the starting goaltender for the Florida Panthers coming into this. You have Driedger, you have Spencer Knight, 2 guys that really, really shown a lot of promise this season. Driedger, kind of came out of nowhere. Obviously, you wouldn't have thrown Spencer Knight right to the Wolves this early in his career into the playoffs, even though the guy, I think he was the first goalie ever to start 4-0 in his career or whatever it was. I think that was him. But, yeah, they look really good in net for years to come. And Driedger, another UFA. I know I don't want to talk about Buffalo, but Kevin Adams, he's there. We need a goalie. We don't know the future of Linus Ullmark. We don't know what's going on in that. Even if you need a 1B, that'd be a positive signing and might not cost you a ton of money. And remember, unrestricted free agency is going to be very similar to. I gotta stop. It's going to be very similar to last year. Gotta stop. I'm getting off the rails. But guys, just an absolutely wagon of a game. Absolute highlight after highlight. Speed, hitting, scrums. Playoff hockey at its very, 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 very best. I can't stress that enough, man. It was so fun to watch. It was again, playoff hockey at its best. I'm trying to pull up the box score here so I can get penalty minutes for you because there were a lot of penalties tonight. Even though they let them play quite a bit tonight, there was a lot of penalties called tonight. So with that being said, let's see here. Let's see if we get some penalty. Holy crap. Okay. Penalty minutes, 18 for Florida, 16 for the Tampa Bay Lightning. Florida out-hit the Tampa Bay Lightning 54-36. Again, it was just a very, very, very physical game. That number point pops out to me a lot. 54 hits to 36. And so many quality chances, very wide open hockey, breakaways, odd man rushes. So much fun to watch. I'm going to be glued to my TV for the rest of this playoff series, like 100% watching these guys. And I never thought I'd say that, the Florida Panthers. I'm glued to my TV to watch the Florida Panthers. Unbelievable. They're my favorite team right now in the playoffs, hands down. They're a wagon. I really hope they tie it up in game 2. We'll see what happens. I would absolutely expect Bobrovsky to be back in net. I don't really think he played bad tonight. So, with that being said, guys, again, let's go over the first, second, and third period scoring. Blake Coleman opened up scoring shorthanded after a goal was disallowed by Sam Bennett for goalie interference. Getting his first in the playoffs shorthanded, assisted by Yanni Gourde and Ryan McDonough. Then right away, Barkov comes back, and less than 2 minutes later, ties it up. Power play goal from his office there at the face-off circle, assisted by Huberdeau and Keith Yandel. Verhaeghe makes it 2-1. Big free agency signing for the Panthers this offseason. Keith Yandel, Barkov with the assist. Then Nikita Kucherov, 2 straight goals in the second period, both on the power play. Special teams was huge tonight. Absolutely huge. Goals scored on the special teams, shorthanded and power play at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 goals. 5 special teams related goals tonight. 4 power play, 1 shorthanded. So special teams is going to be absolutely key throughout this series. But again, second period, Kucherov 2 goals. First one assisted by Stamkos and Hedman, and the second one assisted by Hedman. And then huge third period. Huberdeau opened scoring early on to tie the game and then to take the lead. With the assist on the Huberdeau goal was Sam Bennett and Tippett. And then Tippett comes in to score to take the lead, assist to Sam Bennett and Jonathan Huberdeau. That line is an absolute wagon. Then Braden Point with 2 straight goals to finish us off. First one on the power play, assist to Hedman and Kucherov. And then, of course, the game-winning goal very late in the game at 18:46. Assist going to McDonough on the breakaway. It's insane that you gave a breakaway up that late in the playoff game. Absolutely wild. But, guys, just an unbelievable game to watch. This shot, I wish I could bring it up right now, is an absolutely wild, the amounts of chances and shots that were taken in this game. So attendance tonight was 9,646. They were officially at 50% capacity, but you would have thought that was a sellout with how loud they got in there. Like, again, from watching on TV, that was a lot of fun to watch. I would be surprised Angel still pumping crowd noise on TV just to make it sound louder. I mean, it was loud in there, though. It's been so cool to see fans in the building ready for playoff hockey. Makes you think back at the good old days for Buffalo when we were good and knew how to win hockey games consistently. But yeah, I will hang up and listen. Absolute blast with you guys tonight. Remember, this episode of I'll Hang Up and Listen is brought to you by Manscaped.com. Go to Manscaped.com. Use code word Trainwreck, all capital letters. You get the 20% off plus free shipping. See it right down there, down at the bottom. Get the Lawnmower 3.0. Keep your beard and all your manscaping up tight. I'm sure your girlfriend will appreciate it. Or, whatever girl you happen to be going out with that night, she'll appreciate it. It comes in with a built-in flashlight. You never know you needed a flashlight on your razor until you had one. I actually used it to get the neck beard this past week to clean that up a little bit. Helps a lot. It really does. And it's waterproof. In the shower, if you're on the go, you're in a hurry, running late for work, whatever, you can use it right in the shower. Plus, has the built-in guard that helps you protect you from nicks and cuts. When you have a beard like this, it really comes in handy because a lot of hair to trim and upkeep. So I'll hang up and listen, guys. Enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. I know it's late here, but I appreciate you guys coming out with me. let's go Panthers. That's my team. That's my wagon right now. Absolutely love them. I'll hang up and listen. Have a good night.